Once again, new videos about Season 3 of Squid Game were leaked. In them we can see many interesting details. And by connecting everything with the previous trailers, we've discovered big things. That's what we'll talk about here. Today on Charlietales, I will show you the new available material and tell you everything you need to know about Season 3 of Squid Game. Ready? Let's begin. First of all, the exact name of the first episode has already been released. It will be called Keys and Knives. Obviously, this is a reference to the maze game, which will consist of two teams, one of blue players and another of red players. The blue ones will be given keys to open doors in a maze, and on the other hand, the red ones will be given knives so they can hunt the blues. This small video of the players taking balls out of the machine was also released. We can see how the elderly player draws the red color while her son gets the blue. We had already seen that, but the new part is this dialogue from the elderly woman. The woman tells her son not to worry since they still don't know what game they'll be playing. Unfortunately, they will be on opposing teams. However, it's worth remembering that the game will be in rounds. Initially, player 007 will be on the blue team, and later he will switch to the red team. The same happens with the elderly woman. First, she's on the red team, but then we can see her with a blue vest. Now I want to talk about an extremely important video. In it we see the YouTuber player, Coin, talking with his ex-girlfriend before the Keys game. The YouTuber says to her, "I'm going to protect you both, you and the baby." To this, the woman asks, "Is it that easy for you to kill someone?" The man says, "I could kill everyone here, if it means leaving with you and the money." And finally, the pregnant woman says, "To protect my baby, I'll do whatever it takes too." This whole dialogue is really interesting because it shows us that both characters will basically form an alliance from here. And most importantly, MGCOIN assures that he will do anything to protect his child, even kill. In previous videos, we've already talked about the importance of MG Coin. The show's director has already mentioned that this character's arc will be one of the most important of the season. And so far, everything confirms that it will be that way. He started the story as a rather unpleasant guy. He abandoned his pregnant girlfriend and never cared about his child. When the game started, he only cared about the money. But over time, he's changed, and we've seen him care about Junhee. Now Season 3 will take a big leap and show us his character doing everything necessary to protect his child. Most likely this character will become a villain, who will do whatever it takes to save his baby. He will even kill and become a rival to Gi-hun. Moreover, if his ex-girlfriend dies, it would be the necessary push to drive him to the dark side. In fact, recently, actor Im Si-won gave an interview in which he spoke about his character. Here he said the following: "He won't just be someone you don't want to be friends with, but this time, he'll become someone you should just stay away from." My friends, to me it's quite obvious that Coin will become a villain. We could be talking about a new version of Sang-woo. If this is confirmed, we would have an exceptional villain this season. A guy who will do anything to change his past and save his child. He would be an extraordinary rival for Gi-hun. And of course, we'd see him in the grand finale. Unfortunately, with this context, it's very likely that player 222 will die. I don't see how she could survive the tug-of-war game. Even worse, taking into account that she will give birth very soon. If she ends the season alive, it would be a true miracle. But what do you think? Do you believe MG Coin will become the new villain of the season? Leave me a comment. They also revealed this video of Gi-hun waking up after his failed rebellion. Here we can see the elderly player with her son, also the pregnant woman, and on the left we see another person. I guess it's player 120. This scene is placed chronologically at the beginning of the season. If we arrange the scenes, we'd have the following. Gi-hun is captured by the guards after failing in his rebellion. Then he's taken to the player's dorm in a coffin. His friends carry him and place him on his bed, where he wakes up. And from here, the guards enter. Then Gi-hun confronts them and scolds them for not killing him. Here we have the scene of Gi-hun shouting and crying. And we'll also see the frontman watching all of this. And in the end, the frontman will receive a call from Captain Park, telling him about the police crew on the boat. Basically, that's how the new season will start. They also released this new video of two players fighting. If we look closely, we'll notice that the blue one is Dae-ho, and the red one is player 202. Whom we've already seen in previous trailers. Everything indicates that this man will be Dae-ho's big rival in this game. Until now, we knew very little about Dae-ho. We have no photo or video confirming that he will survive this game. So it's possible that he will die fighting player 202. Personally, I do believe Dae-ho should survive. Let's remember that he feels bad for having let his friends down during the rebellion. So most likely, he will have a redemption arc, helping Gi-hun or sacrificing himself for someone. They also released this new clip of the frontman's meeting with Gi-hun. We've already seen this scene in like 3 trailers, but now we finally have a dialogue from the frontman. He says, "Sit down. This is going to take a while." The phrase confirms that the frontman and Gi-hun will have a meeting and talk for a long time. I believe that in this scene we'll see key things. First of all, the obvious. The frontman will reveal his identity to Gi-hun. From the trailers themselves, we've already seen how he will remove the mask in front of him. But the meeting could show us much more. For example, the frontman could tell Gi-hun how he won the games and became evil in the past. Photos of the frontman's past have already been released, so it's confirmed that at some point he'll talk about this. Another detail is that many people have the theory that the frontman will try to corrupt Gi-hun to make him join him. For a long time, many of us have thought that Gi-hun will be tempted to join Squid Game as the new frontman. That proposal could happen in this scene. And finally, in this scene, we can see a small table, which could mean that both will play a game. It wouldn't be strange. In every season, Gi-hun has played a game with each villain of the series. Against the old man Il-nam, he played a bet about a homeless man on the street. And in Season 2, Gi-hun played Russian roulette against the recruiter. The most logical thing is that now he will have a face-to-face game with the frontman. That's why the table. In this place, we'll have the true philosophical showdown between both characters. They also released this new clip in which one of the VIPs appears eating something. This VIP has already appeared in previous trailers, but many thought it was a woman. Now it's more than confirmed that it's a man. He just doesn't cut his hair. Finally, Netflix released this new poster with all the participants of the final season. As we can see, Young Bae is no longer there because he died in the previous season finale. Also, player 246 is present. Netflix is now being direct in telling us that he survived. But perhaps the most interesting thing is that Gi-hun is placed next to MG Coin, which could confirm to us that the YouTuber will be very important. All clues point to that. Also, the official post includes a text that says, "Anyone can win. Choose a side." This is interesting because the production is dividing the protagonist into 2 teams, as if it were that simple, when in reality there are good and bad people on both teams. On the right is guard number 11, who is actually good, and on the left is Namgyu, who is clearly a villain. Most likely they just divided the characters by color, and there are no hidden messages. That's all for today. If you liked the video, you'd really help me out by leaving a like. That would be legendary. Also, remember to subscribe to see more videos like this. Thanks for listening. My name is Charlie, and I'll see you in the future.